Good morning once again, and thank you for joining me. We are on lesson 309 in A Course in Miracles today, and our lesson states, I will not fear to look within today. Within me is eternal innocence, because it is God's will that it be there forever and forever. I, his son, whose will is limitless as his own, can will no change in this. For to deny my Father's will is to deny my own. To look within is but to find my will as God created it, and as it is. I fear to look within because I think I made another will that is not true and made it real. Yet it has no effects. Within me is the holiness of God. Within me is the memory of Him. And our prayer states, the step I take today, my Father, is my sure release from the idle dreams of sin. Your altar stands serene and undefiled. It is the holy altar to myself, and there I find my true identity. And that is the end of lesson 309. I will not fear to look within today. We are so afraid of the demons that we believe lurk within us. We are afraid that we are a Pandora's box of evilness and sinfulness and horrible things that are unloving, unlovable, and that will have us banished from heaven for eternity, from that state of eternal love and light. And the truth of the matter is, if we would allow ourselves to simply turn on the light, to look into what we think our darkness is, we would realize that there was nothing there. We would have our etheric parent walk with us to the closet, turn on the light, and see that there was nothing there but the closet. And we would have the understanding that there is no reason to fear anything, that there is nothing that we are or could ever be that is anything but love. And that is our point, our purpose in looking within today, is to go face the fear and realize that the only thing that we had to fear was the demons and the monsters that we made up in our minds. We are really in a very safe place. Let's see what Tina Spalding channeled for us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. The ego's game is always to keep you chasing things outside of yourselves. A new lover, a new job, a move to a new place. Have you noticed the natural tendency of the ego consciousness is always to look outside of you for salvation? This is one of the great programs playing out in your society now, this constant consumerism. If only I can buy the next best thing, the next phone, the next car, I will be happy. There is also the constant seeking of love, special love, outside of yourself in the form of romantic engagement. Now, this is one of the great sacred worshiping aspects of the ego, the worshiping of the sacred relationship. The special relationship. You see it played out in love songs, romantic novels, and romantic movies. Always that special person who's going to change everything. Well, the ego keeps you chasing things to waste your time. Stop wasting your time and go inside, because the answer is there. The answer is arising from within you every single day in the form of loving guidance from Spirit. What you are faced with as a programmed Western person is a deeply indoctrinated propaganda program designed to keep you buying, keep you separated, and keep you individualized in order to magnify the separation experience you are having. Now, you are in separation, and that is a challenge in and of itself. You are in an individual body that seems to have its own will, but you have not been sent into this dramatic and challenging environment without a map. And your map is your emotional guidance system. You are loved enough that you were not sent off by yourself, which is what you wanted to do. You have a God-given gift, a map home, capital H home, should you decide to go home. You don't have to go home if you don't want to. You can stay and play in this realm as long as you want. But once you get tired, once you realize that all those things that you've been chasing are not working, then it's time to go inside. This is the difficult part, because there are very few people to support you in this journey. This channeling that this being has put up on YouTube is one of the rare places you can get ongoing support for your journey into the heart of your darkness, because that is where all those programs and propaganda messages reside in you. They reside within you, and you must go in and investigate what's going on in there. You must evict some of those programs. This is what we are here to help you do. We are here to help encourage you on that journey. The programs that do not benefit you will make you feel bad, so they are quite easy to find. But you have been taught to override your guidance system, and you are used to feeling bad. This is one of the most challenging aspects of this transformative indoctrination. The idea that you are meant to feel good and that happiness is what God wills for you. That is God's will for you, to be happy. Even in your choice of separation, you can have a happy dream. Be brave and go inside regularly, once or twice a day in whatever form suits you. Obviously, these lessons are encouraging you to stop, go inside, and repeat things internally throughout your day. They are a training program to get you to go inside because that's where the magic happens. That's where your creative world begins. It begins with you, but you are the master of your ship. You are the master of your mind, whatever it consumes and whatever it entertains. Nobody will save you from yourself. You must save yourself using this information. I am that one you know as Jesus. Peace resides within you always. It has merely been covered up by propaganda. We will speak to you tomorrow. That is the end of Tina Spalding's channelings. Our real home does lie within us. And when we go inside, we find the love and the peace that is our inherent birthright, and it is the inherent truth of who we are. If you allow yourself the luxury, if you will, of stopping and pausing and going within, meditating even for a couple of moments, or pausing to breathe and focus on your breath, or to connect with nature for even a few moments a day, what happens is that we can sort of drop the chaos and drop the swirling energy that the ego would have us get caught up in. The ego loves the storm of the tornado of our minds. And if we understood that we are, in truth, the eye of those storms, we are the peace that comes at the center of all of that. It's the ego that just has us swirling on the outside of that storm that creates the storm. And so it's interesting that we look outside of ourselves, outside of our bodies at this world and try to make the world define us, or we think the world defines us. And the ego creates a storm that is much like the tornado or the hurricane. And if you look, the outside parts of a storm are the chaos. If you go within, it is where the peace and the calm and the truth lie. So everything in this world is a reflection of the truth of who we are, the internal versus external state. Allow the outside world to do its own chaos. Choose to go within, choose to find your peace, so that as you walk along, you are always walking in the center of that storm. You are always in the eye of the storm, and so you don't get caught up in the chaos and destruction that the ego would have you get caught up in. Things are going to continue to happen in this world because that's part of what this world is made up of. But we can live the happy dream. We can live our lives at the eye of the storm. And I encourage you to do everything that you can today to go within, to find your center, to find the eye of your storm so that you can live there and walk through your life in that state of being. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.